Welcome.
All right, now we're gonna turn it over to Sarah Richard.
Hello.
Hey,
Richard.
you are joining
Richard.
us. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're ruining my
I'm sorry,
branding.
yes. All right, Sarah Richard.
Let me get my monocle first.
All
I'm gonna grow a curly mustache by the time this is all done.
Get that pinky up.
2 of them.
Oh man, sorry, we couldn't get you to sniff through a brand.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
drink, just to keep going like this.
I'll forgive it for now.
All right, so you are joining us to talk about your new graphic novel.
Yeah.
It is called
The Ghost, the Owl.
Owl.
Yeah.
I actually got to check this out too, and I will say first of all, you are the illustrator and the artwork is gorgeous.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. Thanks.
Beautiful.
Thanks so much, you
Mhm.
guys. Hey. Sweet.
All right, so give us the spiel. What's
Yeah.
the Ghost and the Owl about?
So the Ghost and the Owl, or the Ghost and the Owl. I'm already
God
rooting.
dang it.
I know.
I
know.
did that to you. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
It's all right.
I'm sorry. We'll blame just Johnny.
Yeah.
Sorry. I did it by watching him. Yeah, the Ghost and the Owl. It's a story about a little ghost girl who is found in a swamp. She doesn't know who she is. She is ended up being helped by a small owl that helps her figure out who she is and where she comes from. There's a lot of spoilers, so I don't want to give away too much. But it's just it's just a nice little self-contained story about helping people, regardless of who they are, and any pressures from like, oh gosh, I can't even.
Any pressures from society.
Right,
telling
pressures
you.
from their own societies. Yes. Yeah, totally. So
I did get that too. The overall message is it's important to help people, and you never know what the background of anyone's situation is,
Mhm.
whether
Right,
they can
exactly.
benefit from you. Hey, actually, Jay, do you still wear that cross that lets people know you're a friend of like you had a specific cross that you would
Oh,
wear.
you're talking about the one from Ecclesia Ministries for
Yeah.
the homeless community that Ecclesia makes. So down in Derry, Ecclesia is an organization that provides services to the homeless. And they'll go out, give out sandwiches, that sort of stuff, and they have their own ministry to the point where every Sunday they roll an altar out on Boston Common, and they have mass right outside. They do it. They've been doing it for the past 10 years. Every Sunday, rain, sleet, or snow, and they give out these crosses that are specifically made for Ecclesia community. So nationwide at this point, because the homeless community travels a lot. So I'll be walking in some random place like in New York or even in San Francisco, be like, dude, Ecclesia, because they know the cross. So that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And when you broke down what that meant and represented, I was like, that's
It's a beautiful
actually
thing.
kinda
It
deep.
is.
And that's the first thing I thought of while I was reading this book,
Mhm.
because there is a deep message of, look, I don't care what you say, what they say. Someone needs my help. I'm going to have their backs.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
was like, look here, child. Listen, I get backs.
You know, it's funny.
What I
So
do is someone got my back. I'm getting backs.
I asked Franco when I was working on it, like, what do you think the owl sounds like? And he said Tim Daly. So
Really?
yeah. So the whole time I was working on it, it just had Superman's voice, kind of like, I got your back, ghost girl.
Look, you see, in this forest, we're all made of
That
paper.
helps the writing process.
It did,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
It really did. That was like one of the first questions I asked him. But yeah, I mean, there's a point where all the animals are telling the owl you can't help her because we have never done this before. It's not what we do. And
Well,
he's
I
like,
get that. They're like, who's this random girl
Yeah.
coming around? She's not from here.
Yeah.
You can't be all up in their stuff. We
Mhm.
owls.
Mhm.
Okay, we take care of our own.
Yep.
I'm over here hooing over there. Whooping,
Yeah.
whooping.
Owls
Exactly.
seem kind of solo creatures.
this leads
They
into
really do.
Stepsisters.
little bit.
It's another prequel.
It all
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
full circle.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
the pat stack of this
Yeah.
show this way.
Yeah, they're all in the
central
animal
theme.
costumes.
We built it that way. That's how it works here.
All right, but no, it is a powerful story, and when premise-wise, it seems like maybe some PBS fare. The importance of helping and such.
Exactly.
And this gets raw.
Yeah. So
Yeah, don't forget that it gets a little dark, right?
Yeah, a
Well-
little dark. It gets, and I like that you guys didn't shy away from it.
yeah, I grew up on scary stories to tell in the dark. So like those
Yeah,
nightmare fuel books
yeah,
that you would get at
nice.
a very young age. I would have to like work myself up to go borrow them from the library. They'd be sitting on the shelf.
You'd be
And
watching
this
it the whole
dark cloud would
time,
be around them. I'd
sure.
be terrified, and I'd be like, you know what, today's the day I'm going to read this book. And
Nice.
nightmares for weeks, but I've turned out fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like kids can deal with scary books. Like
Yeah.
there's so
Well,
many.
that and like
sugar-coated
R.L.
books.
Stein, I would take
Yeah.
out all his
Yeah.
stuff. He
Yep.
was a big kind of thing. And
Are
there's something.
you afraid of the dark?
Yeah, there's
Like,
something
all
that's
that
attractive
stuff.
about that scariness. Like
Yeah.
I was so terrified of certain movies
Yeah.
and certain things, but I would want to watch them so much. Like to
Yeah.
this day, Jaws is the scariest thing in the
Yeah.
world, but I have a giant poster of it in my kitchen
Nice.
because there's something that I can't like shake. It's this attractive type
Yeah,
thing.
it's,
You know?
it's so cool, and it's like I remember when I was younger and I'd watch Batman the animated series, and that
Great
was
show.
pretty
Loved
dark
it.
for like a
Loved
kid.
it.
Yeah, Man Bat's one of my favorites. forever because of that.
Nice.
Hard episode.
Yeah, I think it was the first one.
No, the first one was Heart of Ice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
Mr. Freeze.
And I handed my nerd card when I leave.
No,
So,
no, hey,
you
hey,
guys
you
want to
know, you
like
know,
shred
no,
that?
no, no. See, that show. First of all, the fact that you brought it up.
Yeah.
On your
Oh,
own,
you are back.
Hey, I got
Yeah.
my card back. Sweet.
And
but
the
yeah,
fact that I said Heart of Ice, I didn't say what episode that was, but you got that.
you didn't push your glasses up though when you said it though, so like minus
Sorry,
10
see,
points.
The first episode was.
There we go.
Season 2, episode 5 was actually better.
Will actually.
Collection coming along.
All right.
Take a minute now to breathe heavily.
Get him as a hole.
Swallow. All right.
Yeah, so I wanted to add a little bit of a scary part at the end because I just want to eventually, maybe do some more kids' books where it kind of goes back to the scary stories to tell in the dark,
That's
like
awesome.
scary stuff, like how, they used to let kids' books be instead of just sugar coated.
Like spooky,
but
yeah.
not like scarring them. You know what I mean?
I
But, like,
mean,
intriguing.
borderline
yeah.
scarring,
Yeah. Pushing them to the level where
Yeah.
I might have a nightmare or
Yeah,
two,
there's
but
a
not.
few images from scary stories to tell in the dark of like feet coming down from the ceiling that if I am
all,
in
like squiggly lines
yeah.
and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, like
Sure.
drippy, just gross. Like,
Yeah.
and that's like one of the parts in the book that I really studied, like how to get like gross, kind of drippy.
Stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Skinny-ish almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of play that's
Another-
played for effect, and written by Franco. Tell us about him.
Yeah.
'Cause you couldn't
Oh,
join us
sorry.
tonight,
Get so excited. Franco's amazing. Yeah, Franco Orlani. He, I think that's how you say your name. Sorry, Franco.
This is your co-creator, mind you.
I know. I just always call him Franco. But yeah, so Franco's awesome. Me and him go to a bunch of conventions, and like last year, whenever we started this, the idea for this book, he asked me, what I wanted to do a book about because I want to work with you,
Nice.
and I told him I liked ghosts and owls, and there
That's
you go.
That's awesome.
And
That's a
so
random
history.
leap right
Sometimes
there.
that's
Yeah.
all you need, though.
And
Yeah,
it is.
for real.
It's cool, and there's actually
I like classic cars and dialectical materialism.
Let's do this. We're making a book.
We can make it happen.
The cars, the something. Yeah, so Franco's awesome. He works on he's part of Aya Comics. He's worked on Tiny Titans, Itty Bitty Hellboy, and Green Lantern. He's
I'm not a
Eisner.
fan of Green Lantern at all.
Oh no!
Anything
I
at the ring
this ring
blinging
that's
out,
glaring
right?
me right in the face right now totally
I
illustrates
don't
that
have
point.
approval of such
Just
things.
cross glows when you turn the lights on.
Thought you really like circles
No,
and
they didn't say
Circles and lines.
Circles and lines. I respect it. I'm an artist. Shapes are cool.
All right, so I'll see myself out.
Like, I don't even know who Jon Stewart is.
Yeah.
You be a Daily Show guy?
Yeah, so Franco's awesome. So it's been awesome working with him. He was very open to letting me kind of, explore the imagery, and he just kind of wrote an outline that was super rad. So I was really inspired by his writing, and I had a blast. So
Nice. Give him a quick shout out. Hey, Franco.
hi, Franco.
Hey.
Franco. That kind of stuff.
All right, so now the book isn't available yet. It's coming out when?
Right. So the release date is April 25th.
Nice.
If you want to pre-order it from your local comic shop, which I'm trying to push as much as possible, the final order cutoff, the FOC, is April 2nd. You can also order it on Amazon, but it won't get to you till like May 9th. So, but then I'll also have them with me at conventions. I do a ton of convention appearances, so I will definitely be schlepping lots of books with me.
That's awesome.
But it's awesome. It's a hardcover for $10. Like it's
Wow.
pretty rad.
Word.
Action Lab put it out.
Good for real.
They're pretty rad. So yeah.
And not to gas you, the artwork was amazing.
Thanks.
You actually bought some to show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm
got
trying
this
to
guy
see.
back
You got one
here.
up here, right?
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, people listening, but
Yeah, so
Hey, you
so
better
you
go
want
to our many outlets.
there you go.
on twitch.tv/thegeekdown.
Trying to hold it
YouTube.
up as much as possible. But yeah, all my work is hand painted. So the whole book is paintings. I use acrylic paint mostly on illustration board. So there's 48 pages of hand painted.
Some
Page.
quality stuff.
Yeah.
It was drawn with care.
It was, and tears and blood, and but it took me
There's
about
one
a
drop of blood on
Oh my
every
God,
page.
yeah, exactly.
Right in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, totally. That's how you know you're a real artist. I just want to be cloned when somebody finds these, like years
Yeah.
in the future.
Bring it back like Jurassic Park.
Exactly. My favorite movie. That's the only way I want to come back. Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to somehow
Seriously.
be in a piece of amber,
Yep.
on the end of
In a park where people
cane
walk
by an
around
old
me.
guy.
Like
Well, finds a way.
But yeah,
Just have him over here living in the forest.
there's an exposed nipple here, and I don't feel comfortable anymore. Too Jeff Goldblum. You've gone full Jeff Goldblum. But
Well, that is-
I need that pop toy.
It's a-
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
Jeff
weird laugh
Goldblum
from,
is my spirit animal. I carry him with
that's
me
that's
in my
awkward spirit
toughest,
animal to
darkest
have.
hours.
Oh, 9 feet tall and
movie
gangly.
Goldblum did called Vibes. You ever watch that movie?
I know of it. I'm pretty sure I saw some of it.
Where it's just like there's all these like psychics and stuff. Not to digress too much,
No.
but like
No, we're off on a Goldblum tangent.
No, it's
That's
fine.
allowed.
he can touch anything and know exactly where it's been and what it's done.
Yes,
So
I
as they're
can't
sitting
remember
there
that.
like giving him stuff, and he takes this knife and he's like, "Oh my god, somebody was murdered with this." He's like, "They had sex on this table a half hour ago." It's just like it's weird stuff like that.
So
I
people could
suggest
just look
watching
at it
that
and be
movie,
like,
though.
"It
I
looks
think,
like people
Cindy
had sex
Walker
on that
should see
table
it.
an hour ago."
And he rides home and a
Yeah.
cab drops a pen, touches the floor,
Yeah.
and then like passes out.
Well, no, it works because there's Jeff Goldblum is a cameo in the book as well.
Really?
No, he's not.
Oh,
He's
Like a
behind one of the
full-body
deer.
spread, I'll take an acrylic
Yeah.
painting. I'll,
No, there's
commission
one
you.
animal that looks like a man in a suit, and it's Jeff Goldblum.
Bluish.
He's a small frog
that's
on a leaf.
I think he should have been a fly, but it's alright.
Oh, I missed
Maybe.
that one. Yeah.
It's all good.
Hey, you can always do the sequel.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
that's true.
The Return of
The ghost, the owl,
This
the
time it's
Goldblum.
That actually scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. The
Oh.
fly.
Oh
The
man.
freaking
Oh
fly.
yeah, when he
scared the
vomited
hell
out.
out of me.
Rumblefly, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's gross.
Let's just remember Jeff Goldblum from Earth Girls.
Oh.
And Jim Carrey and Damon Wayans. From all
Yes,
that,
yes.
It sounds like such a great cast for such an awful, awful movie.
yeah. I remember that movie distinctly when I was a kid watching
Yeah.
it.
Watching
Yeah.
it on Comedy Central and not seeing any boobs. That was
Uh,
okay, so now we've
You're
kept it
also
really
innocent.
prestigious. All right, so we want to tell our listeners where they can find more of your work.
Mhm.
Sure. So Sarah, Sara, Richard.com. Spelled like Richard.
Spelled like Richard.
Yeah, that's got links to like my Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. I post a lot of like work in progress of stuff that I'm working on. I work on My Little Pony too, so if you're a brony out there, you'll
Nice.
see little sneak peeks of covers I'm working on, mostly on Instagram. I also have a Patreon too, which helps me pay rent. So if you guys want to get on that, check it out. You also get first dibs at when my commissions open.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So if you're on
Nice.
Patreon, you get like first dibsies, and it's been pretty popular with the pet portraits. So y'all got fur babies, let me
Yes.
know. I will draw them. But yeah, and then more information about the book will be out there too. When I decide to start maybe selling some of the original pages, I'll have some information up there too. But I'm gonna
Each
keep
with a drop of
those.
your blood.
What's that?
Each with a drop of your blood.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. You have literally part of my soul in each one. So
All access to everything.
that is a responsibility that I hope you take seriously. So
SarahRichard.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks,
Get all the
guys.
information.
Yeah.
Follow her on Facebook, on Twitter, all that good stuff.
thanks.
And the book comes out once again.
Yeah, April 25th. Definitely check it out. I worked my. I don't know
Ass
if I,
off, yeah.
There you
You
go.
worked
I
your
worked my
derriere
ass off.
off.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for everybody to see it. So
Ooh,
Rad,
that's
thanks, guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, SarahRichard.com. And also keep an eye out for The Ghost, the Owl.
Yeah,
I
follow
had to get it right
Franco
at least
too.
once.
Yeah.
One
Mhm.
thing
The
right
ghost. Yeah.
Now, we are going to close up with, dude, I was a big fan of Pacific Rim.
Yes.
Who else in here got to see Pacific Rim?
The first one,
The
yes.
first